Today, I'm going to show you how to create dread of night, causing terrifying nightmares. The things we need to create our dread of night is a 1 glass bottle, and this amazing glass bottle was actually sent to me from one of you, so thank you, Treva Haney, and I'll put a link to these bottles in the description down below. We're also going to use some distilled water and some rubbing alcohol, but you could just use rubbing alcohol too if you'd like. We're going to use 2 different Chameleon mica powders. We're going to use Plum and Blue. We're going to need some black food coloring, as well as assorted beads, a number 2 rubber cork, some black cordings. We're going to use some pearlized ivory sealing wax and a hot glue gun, as well as a wax seal. And finally, we will need our tag printed on sticker paper, and the link for this is in the description down below. Let's get started. Okay, so for this one, it does come with this really nice bail and trigger top. However, I don't really want to have to deal with the metal workings on this one, so I'm going to remove it for this. You definitely could do it with this, especially if you wanted to put something in here that's just drinkable for a party. But we're going to replace it with a number 2 black cork today, because I want to take my cording all the way up here. And it's a little more difficult when you have this system. It's doable. You guys can check out Beguiling Bubbles if you want to see how you go around it. But for this one, I decided I was going to go ahead and remove it. So the first thing we're going to do for this one is we are going to add some distilled water to our bottle. Then we're going to mix our mica powders in here. So for this one, we're going to do a mix of this beautiful blue that kind of has a pinky purple cast to it. And because this is a bigger bottle, I'm definitely putting a decent amount in here. We'll start with that. And then we're going to add our plum. And we're going to add our rubbing alcohol. And we're going to mix that up. And I don't know how well you guys can see, but we get this beautiful purple blue shimmer. I actually think I'm going to add a little bit more blue. So now we have this beautiful pinky purple blue mica mix. And now we're going to add this to our clear. And then we're going to add just a little bit of black so that when this all settles, it'll turn to a black. And once we have our liquid in here, I'm just going to dry the neck of our bottle to get it ready for our cork. So I'm going to push this in really well. And then I found a new glue that is my favorite one to glue my corks with because it's super fast. So this is a JB Weld Super Weld that is a UV glue. And I'm going to tell you right now, this stuff is a game changer. This is not sponsored, but I wish it was. But I will put a link to it in the description down below. So basically, I just go around the edge with my glue. And once I have my whole edge done, I cap it up. And then on the end, there's a UV light. And so you just want to go around the whole cork with the UV light. And it only takes a couple seconds. Now, you don't want to try to use this glue outside because the sun has UV rays and it will try to dry up right away for you. And it may dry your tip. So just don't do it outside. However, when you're done, you can always take it outside if you want. Or if you have a larger UV flashlight like I do, you can go around with that as well just to make sure that you got everything nice and dried. So this cork is now in there. It's not wet. It's not coming out. It is in there. And I don't have to weigh it down with a bunch of weights and wait 24 hours for it to dry. So this stuff is my new absolute favorite for gluing the tops of bottles. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use our tag, but we're going to take some heavy sewing string and we're going to attach it because we're going to hang this, but I want to add some beads to the top of this. So I picked up these iridescent purpley, pinky, bluey beads. I picked up these little skull beads that I thought were super cute. Again, they've got that purpley, black, iridescent vibe to them. And then I just picked up some black beads, and we're going to just kind of make a little strip here, and I got all the beads at Michael's. So I decided for the tag, I was just going to do a skull, 2 black beads, 2 of the pinky purple beads, skull, 2 black beads, and then finish off with a skull. So what we're going to do with this is tie this and then we'll go over those strings with our cording. So I'm just going to do a little double knot situation here. And then I'll trim this. So then when we go to string our cording, we will lock it in. I apologize. Apparently my battery decided to die. So I just wrapped this bottom part here, completely covering this with our cording. And I'm going to do another wrap of the cording up here. I'll put a link to my tips and tricks video up above if you'd like to learn how to wrap your bottles the way I do, where you don't need to have glue. And we're left with our wrapped bottle. Now that we have our cording done, we're going to go ahead and take our pearlized ivory sealing wax here, and we're going to add some drips. Have our drips, and I lightly pressed our wax seal into the top. I don't know how well you can see that. So we just got a little bit of an imprint of the sun moon design, which I think definitely goes with our Dread of Night Nightmares theme. And there you have it, Dread of Night, which causes terrifying nightmares. This will be a great addition to our potion and prop collection we've made along the way. So if you guys like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.